Politicians and social media don't always mix. Currently, there's a controversy raging in Mendham Township, New Jersey, where the deputy mayor, Rick Blood, reposted something on Facebook, and it was a long post about raccoons and exterminators, mentioning Donald Trump and immigration, and it's got him in hot water, especially from the lone Democrat on the city council in Mendham. Her name is Amalia Duarte, and she joins me now. Amalia, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
So I read the post and then I read the apology. Have you taken it just a bit out of context? You know, the post talks about raccoons and coming home to find them, but it doesn't just talk about immigration. It talks about bankruptcy, political corruption, and actually is a pretty big hit on President Trump. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I don't know that I would agree with that. And honestly, as a representative of Mendham Township, the last thing I thought I would be talking about are these issues. This really came out of the blue when we saw this post yesterday, and I was very surprised. And, you know, I guess what really shocked me was that...
Amalia, let me ask you, though, are you taking advantage of something here that people are very politically correct, they're hypersensitive about words? The guy apologized. Do you think that the deputy mayor should resign over this post that he didn't even write?
So I'm going to leave that up to the deputy mayor to make that decision for himself. I do think he should step down from being deputy mayor. I had not supported.
So wait, so you do think he should resign?
If you could just let me finish, because he was not elected. He was appointed to the position, and so he was appointed as deputy mayor over myself and a Republican.
Are you insinuating that that Deputy Mayor Rick Blood is a racist, and are you doing this because this is a position that you covet?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's a fine Republican who's on our township committee who I had nominated to be deputy mayor, and that's where I felt the position should go.
Can I ask you, maybe it's a stupid question, but aren't you the one that drew all the attention to it?
No, absolutely not. Rick posted this, and then he asked people to share it. And so people did, and people commented on it. And then as these things go on Facebook, it sort of went viral.
Thank you, Amalia. Appreciate your time tonight. All right, let's bring in the man who is at the center of the controversy, the deputy mayor himself, the guy who reposted this controversial post, Deputy Mayor Rick Blood. Rick, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
That's Deputy Mayor. I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
All right, Rick, let me ask you seriously now. What were you thinking? I mean, comparing immigrants to raccoons, what was going through your mind?
When I read this original post that came my way, I did not make the association to raccoons. I considered raccoons to be all of the country's problems, and that Trump could somehow undo the logjam. So we had taxes issue, we have foreign policy issues. Yes, we have an immigration issue, but no, I did not make the connection that others did that this was an immigration and extermination issue. That was not in my head until I started to read some of the comments that I received after posting it.
What kind of heat are you under right now? Are people, I imagine, calling for your resignation or worse?
I have heard from some reporters that have called me that is the word out there. I have not heard it directly, although some of my postings, some of the responses to the posting yesterday were talking about resignation and far worse.
One, do you regret posting it? And two, do you understand why people got upset?
Answer to both questions is yes. I absolutely regret posting it. It was probably one of the dumbest things I've done in my life, certainly within the last decade or so. Like you said, the political correctness today, there's no room for this type of speech.
Let me ask you this, though. You're going to stand your ground? Not resign?
I'm going to see what happens over the next 24 hours. At this point, I'm still trying to figure out how bad the damage is. I don't know at this point. Probably after the news cycle gets done, we'll figure it out from there.
All right. Well, I can tell you this. It is good to see somebody step up and make an apology and stand their ground. I hope you stay right where you are. Don't let them bully you out of office.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.